Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit. What is a redneck? The answer or opinion, it's going to vary good or bad, depending on who you ask. But if you look up the true definition of a redneck, you're going to get this. Redneck, a working class white person, especially a politically reactionary one from a rural area. A redneck can also be defined as a person with a farmer's tan, specifically around their neck. I've personally been called a redneck in disparaging ways from people who don't know me and have never met me. But I guess they're right. I am a redneck by definition, a working class white person. So you can call me a redneck if that's what makes you happy. Because growing up, my mom and dad worked their asses off. We lived in a trailer in a rural area and we didn't have a lot of money. But we were definitely working class and meals were made with what we could afford. When we had hamburgers and hot dogs, we didn't have hamburger and hot dog rolls, we had white bread. Potted meat sandwiches were eaten often and still to this day are one of my favorites. Beanie Weenies, bologna, tater tots, Funyuns, pork rinds, pickled eggs, etc. were always available in our house because they were cheap. This was our steak and cheese, a fried bologna and cheese sandwich. Well, maybe it wasn't really this big when I was a kid, but a fried bologna sandwich was and still is something special and delicious. When you're on a budget, you make things work as best you can for as little as you can, like today's Redneck Casserole. There's only 4 ingredients in this casserole, it's hearty, delicious, will feed at least 4 hungry people, and only cost about $9 to make. Here's the 4 simple ingredients you need to make your Redneck Casserole. 1 32-ounce can of your favorite baked beans or pork and beans. I got these Green Giant baked beans because they were on sale and I'd never had them before, so I wanted to try them. They're definitely not Bush's, and Duke would not approve. They weren't good at all. Then 6 to 8 hot dogs. I like all beef hot dogs, but get what you like and what you can afford. These were also on sale for $1.99. Then you need a 32-ounce bag of tater tots, which depending on the size of your casserole, may be too many. But you can always eat the extras on the side. And finally, 2 cups of mild shredded cheddar cheese, or whatever kind of cheese you like. Now I like to do my redneck casserole a little bit different than most people. Traditionally, the beans and hot dogs are mixed together, and then the tater tots are put on top, and then it's baked the whole time just like that. I don't like the way the tater tots come out when it's cooked like that. They get mushy, soggy, and fall apart. So what I like to do is pre-cook the tater tots. Once the tater tots are spread out evenly on a baking sheet, they go into a preheated 450-degree oven for 10 to 12 minutes. While the tater tots are baking, chop up your hot dogs. And I think 6 hot dogs out of the 8-pack is enough. But if you want more hot dogs, add them all. Otherwise, save the last 2 hot dogs for scrambled eggs and hot dogs in the morning. And I already know, some of you are cringing that I'm not bending my fingers or cutting correctly. I've already explained numerous times about my hands and why I can't bend my fingers, so it's not really a big deal to me. And until I'm doing a video and I cut the tip of my finger off, it shouldn't be for you either. And I really do appreciate everyone's concern, but you gotta remember, I was professionally trained with the plasticine, one of the world's sharpest knives. So if I can handle the plasticine without drawing blood, this knife here is no problem. You can cut the hot dogs as thick or as thin as you like, or you can do like me and cut them randomly. It doesn't matter! Once all the hot dogs are chopped up to your liking, combine them with a can of beans and a 9x13 casserole dish. And then give them a good mix. Once everything's well combined, pop them into the microwave for 4 to 5 minutes or until heated through. Or you can heat them up in a saucepan on the stovetop. After microwaving on high for 5 minutes, our Beanie Weenies are heated through. And after baking at 450 degrees for 12 minutes, our tater tots are 3/4 of the way done. And now it's time to introduce the tater tots to the Beanie Weenies. Now you can either dump the tater tots on top and spread them out nice and even, or you can get your daughter to help you and lay them out one by one to make them look nice. Because after all, we eat with our eyes first, right? Once all the tots are laid out nicely, this goes back into a 450-degree oven for 8 to 10 more minutes, or until the tater tots are nice and golden brown and the Beanie Weenies are nice and bubbly. After 10 minutes, the tater tots are nice and golden brown and the Beanie Weenies are bubbly. So now the only thing left to do is add the shredded cheddar cheese. And you can add as little or as much as you like. I use the whole pack, because you can never have enough cheese, right? Then this quickly goes back into the oven for 2 to 3 minutes, or until the cheese is nicely melted. Now once all the cheese is melted and the Beanie Weenies are nice and bubbly, it's almost time to eat, but let it cool down for 5 minutes before serving. Now after waiting 5 minutes, which seemed like an hour, it's time to eat. So get a spoon and scoop out a big plate or bowl full. And there you have it, a very hearty and very delicious redneck casserole that only costs $9. You can tweak this however you like, because after all, you're going to be the one that's eating it. Add some peppers and onions for crunch. Instead of hot dogs, chop up some leftover hamburgers, beef roast, pork roast, chicken, or sausages. Instead of baked beans, make it with leftover chili, spaghetti sauce, or even some type of stew. Add leftover vegetables, or some of your favorite fresh vegetables. When you're trying to feed your family on a budget, your imagination is your best tool. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you give this recipe a try. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.